Starting record. Hey, it's your bad ideas. Okay. And I am ready. Doug, you ready for your big break?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, big break. I've been on TV before. I was on Play It Safe back in the 70s, probably.
I don't know what Play It Safe is.
It was like a local safety game. I think like the chief of police hosted it. It's on like Channel 9 on Sunday mornings.
Officer Whalen? Anyways. Sorry.
You think she has his handcuffs?
We're not.
Okay, moving on.
No.
Brian, you fucking click that pen. I will fucking move you. Now you made me spill my beer.
Yeah, he made you.
Should I stand in front of the fan again today?
No.
Yes, please.
Okay. And in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 334. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Blake.
I'm Jim.
I'm the intern.
I'm lost. I could have sworn this was the commencement podcast. I had written a commencement speech to give to all the graduates. What the hell's this?
Number one fan Doug is here. Doug, what would be your speech? What would be your speech?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Oh.
That would be it. That would be short.
Concise. I like it.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Perfect.
We are all here Skyping in because no one will come to the Bob Studios. I mean, I keep asking, but nobody wants to come here. The quarantine is almost lifted. Did someone just cough? Someone cough?
I said, You're funny, Jason.
Calling bullshit.
Someone coughed. Get the hell out.
Yes, cough.
Get the hell out of Skype.
Skype.
Get the hell out of Skype. I don't trust you guys.
We have coughing. We have pen clicks. I mean, we're in chaos here.
We've got white people wearing sombreros.
Hola. Is this not accurate? Is this okay? No? Okay.
The only thing that would be better if you covered your entire face with it.
Okay, so I'll cover my face.
Hit the microphone.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Episode 334 here. We're in day, a week, I don't even know, 75 of quarantine. I think we might be out in a couple weeks. I'm not even sure anymore. So, Doug, you haven't been on the show in a while since the quarantine started. Are you okay over there? You look like you're in the Bob Studios, the old one.
Yes. I'm in our basement dungeon.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you have any llama heads?
No,
okay.
I do not. I do have.
Doug's got
I have an
something.
R2D2.
Ooh,
How
is
about
that a
that?
cup?
Yes.
I
Popcorn
got
bucket.
one of those.
Popcorn bucket.
Oh, you got the popcorn. I got the pop. I got the soda pop one.
Oh, no.
So, but the lid doesn't stay on as well. The lid
No.
doesn't stay on. It's kind of disappointing in that. So,
You're saying Archie's head is falling off?
Stop texting, intern. Pay attention.
Hey, this is where he gets the breaking news from. We have to let him do that.
Yeah, you worry about you.
Ruby Rose is leaving Batwoman after one season. What the fuck?
Apparently, she didn't like it.
Well, I think it stems. They said it's not, but she fell in a stunt earlier this year and was almost paralyzed. They had to do emergency surgery so she didn't become paralyzed. That could be a factor in it. Maybe unsafe work environment. I'm not sure, but
Could be.
But it actually is a shame because I actually do enjoy Batwoman. And it was just broke right before we came on the air. My review for the season finale is up on nerdly.co.uk starting tomorrow. Just to let you guys know.
So is it the season
maybe that's
finale
why she...
or the series finale?
No, it's season finale because it's coming back for a second season. They renewed it already.
And they already have plans for the crossover in the Arrowverse for next year.
Did you see that it's a small crossover?
Yeah, it's between Superman and Batwoman.
Yeah. Supergirl, isn't it?
Superman.
Oh, is it Superman? Oh, okay.
Well, the article I read, Superman, like the new Superman show.
Ugh, God.
Yeah, it's not even Supergirl.
Ugh.
So they're just doing that to hype their new show then.
It looks
Yes.
like it. Yes.
Oh.
Jim, are you excited that Black Lightning's coming back?
I would be exciting if Black Lightning never appeared on a television ever again.
But Cress Williams.
I think that's Jim's argument.
He is the worst part about Friday Night Lights.
Is he in it a lot?
The last season, he's in a decent amount.
2 seasons, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, real quick on the Batwoman front, they are recasting the lead of Batwoman, Kate. Kate.
Duh. If they're not canceling it, they have to recast it.
Well, they don't have to.
That would be a little weird.
Do a show without Batwoman and call it Batwoman.
Is the title character. Hey guys.
Oh, no, that's an idea. We need to come up with the show.
Trademark.
Title character, and that character is never in it.
Blue Beetle.
I got an idea.
Well, we can't use someone else's character. Come on. We got to come up with our own original character.
No. We just take over doing Black Lightning and kill off Black Lightning.
Hey, Jim, you did the one thing the CW couldn't. Anyways. So, Doug, real quick, are you okay on toilet paper over there? Everyone else has been fine. Okay.
Yes, we got plenty. We have plenty.
Do you have enough beef and chicken?
Probably not, but we probably have 600 cans of soup, so I think we'll be okay.
Do you have enough flour and yeast?
I believe so. Yes. I think we're safe.
Okay.
Are you making sourdough bread?
No.
Oh.
That's why he has enough.
He just eats the yeast. That's it.
Jeff, do you have enough vegetables in your fridge right now?
I have more than enough vegetables.
What? Do you have a lot of vegetables, Jeff?
Nope.
How many?
I might have. I think there might be a frozen bag of corn in the freezer.
Okay.
I think that's plenty of vegetables, isn't it?
Plenty of vegetables. Okay. Well, we did.
He uses that to ice his knee. Actually, he uses it for medical treatment.
Hey, this
It's
expired.
cheaper than an ice pack.
This expired in 1995. It was frozen. How does it expire? I will say that my local grocery store, we did do the Kroger pickup order, and they were out of beef completely, and we did get 2 chickens though, so that was okay.
Whole
so
chickens?
I have to stop.
Whole chickens.
They're real chickens, just real chickens.
2 real ones.
2 live chickens. I live in the country, so they just gave you live chickens. So
Well, your
we had
tiger's
to have
to eat, so
my tiger doesn't eat. It's all right, Brian. I got cheap food from Walmart. We're fine. We got meat from Walmart for the tigers.
Nice.
Perfectly fine.
nice.
Although Jason said he bought 2 tigers, and the history of the pets in his house, one of them probably ate the other one, so they're safe.
There's fucking gerbils. Fucking gerbils. Did that one just kill the other one? Yeah.
And does he
You
eat
had
it?
cannibalistic gerbils.
We did. Hey Blake, the one gerbil cut the other one's head off and carried it around wore it as a hat for throughout the day. So that's how it was bad. We no longer have gerbils. We have a dog. That's it.
I think, I'd keep that gerbil, and then I'd have it do tournament fighting against other gerbils.
Instead of cockfighting to gerbil fighting.
Yeah, I'd cut up little razor blades, put them on his paws, and go at it, man.
Doug, your son Fish is back from Disney World from working there. Is he in your house yet?
No, he is not. He's still in Columbus.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I figured he has to go through the whole quarantine steps and, has to stay enclosed in the bubble for 2 weeks before he's actually allowed in the house. Isn't that the proper procedures?
That's why he's
why
quarantining in
Columbus. We cannot threaten the health and safety of one of our fine postal workers.
That's right. I'm essential.
The mail never stops. Ever. So, Doug, how is the postal business? Has anyone hugged you when you deliver the mail?
No, they do not.
Okay,
I
good.
do not. I dog spray them if they do that.
Good.
Do they
call.
do they fist bump? Fist bump?
No, not really.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Well,
Fist bump.
yeah. There we go.
We all fist bump. Yay.
I have a
where
bunch
their,
of
Social
older
Security
people.
check is?
I have a bunch
Yeah,
of
where there's
older
something
people on
yell
my
at you.
route.
Wait, hold on, Blake. What do you
Because
got?
get your
Blake?
Social Security check on time?
They don't do checks anymore like that.
They
All-
don't?
all direct
Direct
deposit.
deposit.
But
Really?
what if you're old and you don't want them to put things in your bank because you don't trust them?
You're not paid.
I don't want them to have access to my bank. I have to put it in myself and count the money as it's being put in.
God. You're going to be a
High
grumpy
maintenance.
old man.
What do you mean gonna be?
Okay, Doug, do
Hey,
you
after
have
this-
people
after this-
complaining? Do
What's that?
people complaining? Doug, you have people complaining that their mail is a little damp when you have to deliver it in a torrential downpour?
Yes, we do get that. Why is
Well,
the
how,
mail wet?
how can you make it dry? Well, because it's raining outside.
Yes. It's
We said
usually
we
if the-
deliver it in the rain, not keep it from getting wet.
If the mailman's wet, the mail's going to be wet.
That's what she said.
That sounds like a porn I watched. You ever
How many
order mailman? What's that,
how
Blake?
many mailbox lids do you rip off after putting notes on the customers to change their mailbox lid and rip it off and run over it back and forth a couple of times and force them to buy a new mailbox, huh?
I like my customers. I like my people. I don't do that.
I was making sure it wasn't you that did that to my mailbox.
No, that wasn't me.
It was me, Blake. It was me.
But your name is posted at every post office. Beware of this man.
Picture and everything.
Yep.
Blake
Yeah, it just says beware. It doesn't give a reason.
No. You're not like on the FBI most wanted list or a wanted post. Just to beware.
So,
Yeah,
Doug.
those are my aliases, not me personally.
So Doug, so the post office is in good shape financially right now. Trump said there's nothing to worry about. So there's nothing we need to do with that, right? We're perfectly fine with the post office right
drinking
now.
Clorox now.
Trump, not Doug.
No, not me.
Is there anything we can do, Doug? Because I heard it's in great financial.
Contact your congressman and tell them to help us out.
But my congressman is an idiot.
Which ones aren't?
I think that's part of the criteria of becoming a politician. You have to be an idiot.
Yes. We give millions to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, but they don't give anything to us. We haven't taken money from the government since like the early '80s. So yeah, we're hurting.
Well, if every American just went out and bought a book of stamps, everything would be fine.
I think so.
You know, if
Two
you,
books
did,
would be even better.
if you did away with those forever stamps, that I loaded up on, 10 years ago, you'd probably get some new business out of me.
Put out new stamps that are cheaper, but count as expensive stamps. That way everyone will run out and buy the cheaper stamps. And they won't hoard their forever stamps.
I'll bring that up at the next meeting.
Okay.
Can you also see if we can get some Kevin James stamps, please?
Stop it.
King of Queens.
Yes.
No, that would be good because they only put dead people on stamps. So that means he would have to be dead.
Oh, and Nicolas Cage too.
Jason didn't hear a word we said. I thought he would enjoy that, and he's just staring at something.
I was trying to do something. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to put up a Tiger King background again.
Hey, that was awesome.
No.
That
No,
was
it wasn't. No.
I did watch Jerry Seinfeld's newest stand-up comedy routine on Netflix this week, and he did have something about the post office, about how he's shocked that a business model from 1870 is still not viable in 2020. But he did say one thing. He did have a good point, Doug. He said that you could make the stamps $2 a stamp. Nobody fucking knows how much stamps are anyways, so you could get away with it and be perfectly fine. I mean, in all honesty, I go in for a book of stamps. They're like $7.60, $12. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm sure I need a book of stamps. So that's a tip. That's a tip. I don't think it's a bad idea.
I need a book of stamps. That's $708. Okay.
Here's the problem with the business model. We're a service. We're not a business. We're not supposed to make money. Does your police department make money for you? No, it's a
dirty
service.
cops. Dirty cops do.
Well, when they abuse me and I sue them, I make money.
Doug, do you think you could have dirty mailmen? Dirty mailmen?
All their speed traps they set up and everything. Yeah, they try to make money. They're a money-making operation.
Did you ever think that if somebody puts more than 3 letters in the mailbox, you could charge them? I think that would be better. Charge them more money. Have a limit.
They do charge them by giving them stamps.
Yeah, I'm confused. What do you mean charge them for? They do charge for mailing.
Postage is.
Hey, I do have a question. Back in the day, Mailman Doug, how many penthouses and Playboys did you actually pay for?
Wow.
I'm not counting Cherry Magazine.
Well, back in the day, Doug was working somewhere else, so he got his penthouses and Playboys from somewhere else.
You know, there's got to be a. There has to be a poor Newman version of Mailman out there from back in the day when you used to get it in the mailbox.
Get it in the mailbox.
I thought you meant that there was just porn mailman porn, like on YouPorn or something, Blake.
I've got a package for you.
Can you slide
Where
this
do you
into
think they
my
came
mailbox?
up with Dick in a Box on SNL?
There was a carrier. I didn't work with him that would carry around like a duffel bag, and he would have sex toys in it, and he would meet with women on his route.
He would deliver packages, is what you say.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
So I have a new hero.
Doesn't take much to be Jeff's hero.
I don't know what to say about that. Let's see here.
But my hero are the women that decide to sleep with the postman. Those are the heroes.
You've heard of the milkman, ladies. Now get ready for Mailman with Toys.
That sounds like a horror movie. The dentist
always rings twice.
I was going to say comes twice, but okay. You can do rings
twice.
I was,
but that's the Pornhub version.
Oh, sorry. Doug, is there any big Disney news before we get into our show here? Anything big?
One of the vice presidents.
Other than your hands?
Now
that we have you on YouTube, show everybody your hands. They're huge.
See how tiny they are?
They're as big as your face.
Most people's hands are.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, Brian?
Doing well. Yep, okay. Doing good.
So you drunk yet, Brian?
No, I haven't started yet.
So, Doug, Disney news. What do you got?
One of the executives in charge of Disney Plus has left to become CEO of TikTok.
What the fuck is TikTok? I still don't understand it.
Some video.
Yeah, isn't it was it Ebersol guy or what was his name?
No.
Dick Ebersol's dead.
Yeah. So
something like that.
Time ago.
The other Ebersol was in charge of the AAF or whatever that football league was. That didn't work out either.
Christine
Cool.
Ebersol?
What's that?
Said Christine Ebersol?
Yes.
I can't remember. But whatever it is, he's a Chinese puppet. He's a Chinese puppet, right?
This episode's sponsored by TikTok.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No.
Hey, who's that knocking on my door?
It's Disney.
No, it's
Doug,
the
do you
World
have
Health
any-
Organization coming to take me away. What the fuck?
Doug, since Disney is reopening in theory on June 1st, do you have tickets for June 2nd?
I'll believe that when I see it.
You don't think it's going to open?
It'll be phased openings, like one park at a time or something.
Yeah, and we think you should be there the second day they're open. I mean, you've already given them 4 houses.
Yeah,
It's one house, 4 mortgages.
Oh,
three
He's gonna
kids.
have to take out a 5th to go visit again because they you're gonna have to pay for that extra exclusivity when they reopen.
Even though we're on quarantine and we're only allowed opening one park, your ticket for the day is $7,812 for one day. Good luck. Sorry about that.
Hey, I have an even more
I
interesting
understand,
fact.
Doug. You shouldn't sacrifice Scab Randall to Disney. We like her too much.
If you did sacrifice Randall Holt, though, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Hey, I found a fact today online. I want you to verify it for
Wait,
me.
you found
Or-
one fact on the
I
internet?
found one fact on the internet.
I think there's
It's not
quotes
true.
around.
The guy
Breaking.
the Tinkerbell that actually flies around the castle on the trapeze, whatever, is actually an Asian guy that gets paid $500 cash every day because they can't afford to pay the insurance policy. Is that true?
No, it is not.
That's bullshit. You're lying to me.
So you're saying stuff on the internet was not true?
That I am.
I swear, Google it, man. It's an Asian guy that dresses up as Tinkerbell, and then he's the guy that they fly around the castle, and he gets paid $500 cash every day because they can't afford the insurance policy.
Disney's
Okay.
$1 billion company. They can afford insurance.
And I'm confused as to if they can't, how this is preventing them from having insurance.
Well, apparently this Asian guy that dresses up as Tinkerbell is pretty good.
But but if something should happen to him, I think their insurance would still have to come up with something.
Jeff, don't get involved. There was one fact on the internet
I
today.
want the
Do not
intern to
muddle the
verify this
waters.
for me.
Don't
Start
muddle the
texting.
water. Okay. Well, with that being said, can we have a couple breaths of silence this week? We had breath of silence for Fred Willard. Jimmy Kimmel had a really good show last night that was all about Fred Willard because he was on the Jimmy Kimmel show a lot, and they showed a lot of his highlights, and they interviewed a lot of people. A lot of people zoomed in or Skyped in, like Christopher Guest, who he worked on with a lot of his movies, like Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman. They had a lot of that cast. Eugene Levy. They had Bill from Modern Family zoomed in. Ty Burrell. It was a really good episode, and they were showing like what Fred Willard started off in the Fernwood show.
Fernwood Tonight.
Have you ever seen that, Jeff?
Yeah, Nick at Night showed that back when they first started.
Was it any good?
It could be.
Okay.
I mean, it was like a fake talk show thing or whatnot. So with 70s, the humor of the time. So
okay, because I love Fred Willard. I think he's hilarious. So I've never even heard of it. So I wanted to see if I could find it and go back and watch it. But he was 86 years old.
Yeah, he was a lot older than what I thought he was. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, but he's got some great roles. He made a lot of great movies, not as the main character, but as the side gig guy that would have his cameos and parts that played it. He was one of those guys that's famous for being funny as hell, but never the main character of anything that you can name off the top of your head.
No, and Jimmy Kimmel was funny too because he was saying that they would call him up because they would have a bit for him, and it would be like noon, and they're like, "Hey, can you get here at 2:00? We got a bit." He's like, "Yeah, I have nothing else going on," and he would just show up and start doing the bits. And they said they would write some scenes, and then they would basically like just improv it. Don't worry about it. You can do it. But yeah, that
Oh yeah, he's a great improv actor.
yeah. It was like I said, it was that was a heartbreak because I really liked him, and he was perfect as Ty Burrell, Phil's dad on Modern Family. I thought that was a great casting. So
Yeah, I've got a buddy that lives in LA that actually was on Kimmel's last little skit with Fred Willard that they did. He was tweeting out posting some pictures of him backstage on Instagram and stuff. He said he was like just genuinely like the nicest guy ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like what you see is what you get with him. So, Annie Glenn died. John Glenn's wife died. For the people in Ohio, former astronaut's wife. Let's see here.
Eddie
Ken
Haskell.
Yep, Ken Osmond. I was just getting to that.
Eddie Haskell passed away, shuffled off this mortal coil.
He was 76. I thought he was a lot older. So,
go ahead, Jason.
No, go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and I guess it's under the assumption that Shad Gaspard from WWE.
Yep, Crime Time tag team. He was out in the ocean, and there was riptides, and he was playing with his 10-year-old son, and it started pulling people out, and he the Coast Guard came out to save them all, and he said, "Take my 10-year-old son first, and then come back for me." They saved his 10-year-old son, and then he got swept under, and they have not found him. They called off the search yesterday. Yeah, Crime Time was a vastly underrated tag team back in the day. I think they got done wrong by because they won the tag team belts I think twice, but they were a lot more popular than Vince McMahon gave them credit for.
Are you saying Vince McMahon done someone wrong?
I know, and a minority if that. Shocking. Hey, Tony Atlas, can you dress up as Samba Simba? That's not bad. You're from Africa? Go ahead, do it. Fucking Vince. And then, speaking of wrestling real quick, 411 Mania, one of the popular websites out there for wrestling, Larry Zonka, not the football player, Larry Zonka, it was his real name. He was a 411 writer and basically ran the site. Passed away, I think he was 45 or 46 years old.
Oh, jeez.
Passed away suddenly. He had 2 daughters and a wife. He had to have his leg amputated a little bit over a year ago. He dropped a paver stone on his foot, and it eventually got infected. And they got what is that, sepsis or whatever it is in the leg. So they had to amputate it, and he fought back and did it, and that. And he was still having struggles, but yeah, he would write reviews of like 6 or 7 shows a week, wrestling shows. He was a machine, and he was hilarious at it. But he still loved this. He still loved it, but he still made funny jokes about it, and that, except for Baron Corbin, he fucking hated him. And he would do the Raw review, Raw recap every single Monday night. And he passed away suddenly yesterday, which was a shock. So they had a GoFundMe set up for his daughters and his wife, and Cody Rhodes from AEW donated $500 right off the bat. So thank you, Cody. So, but that was a shocker because, like I said, but they did say on 411 Mania on the boards, they said they feel like Vince McMahon didn't like him on purpose, Larry Zonka, because in the main event last night on Monday Night Raw was Baron Corbin. He was in the main event, so was that a dig? But anyways, it wasn't. But yeah, so that was that was a little shocker.
I fact checked Blake's comment about the Tinkerbell gets paid $500 per flight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not actually accurate. It's not an Asian guy. It could be, but not all the time. They have probably dozens of them working there each season. and
Who
it's
was it?
based on you have to be between 4'11" and 5'1" and weigh between 100 and 115 pounds, and then you
Yeah.
get paid like scale for as long as you've been there and what you do. And there was a little task
okay.
I added for it, but it's not.
Do you think it's they have so many of those people dressed as Tinkerbells? Do you think they have so many actors for that because of all the high death rate for that character at Disney World? Do you think when the rope snaps, I think they go through at least 20 a year, at least.
Yeah, no, but Jason,
Yeah.
if the rope snaps and Tinkerbell's dying, all you have to do is clap, and she'll come back to life.
Duh.
Stand corrected.
You don't have to pay any insurance because all you do is clap and they're healthy again.
Although back to Breaths of Silence, we also have to have one for Frank Bilek from Trading Spaces, one of the designers.
Yeah, there was a lot of death this week.
It was.
It was not a good week. It's not a good week. Yeah, I did see that with them. I think we might be missing one or two.
John
like that
Glenn's wife.
We
Jason
did. I
said
did
it.
say that.
Oh,
Annie
did you?
Glenn. Yeah. So, but yeah. So there you go. I watched Scoob, the Scooby Doo movie on.
I'm sorry.
Video on demand. I love Scooby Doo. It's they made it into a Hanna-Barbera world, which is fine, but they're trying to make other Hanna-Barbera movies, and they're all in the same universe. And so they're trying to do the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
With
I saw
Speed
Blue
Bunny
Falcon.
in
Hold
it.
on. You mean they're trying to do the Universal Monster Universe?
Yes, that's right. Hey Blake, we got movie number 7, restarting it. We got it. We're going to do it. It's going to work. Dark Universe.
I saw they did have Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I did see that in the poster.
I don't remember Blue Falcon from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Was he
You don't-
in it?
He had his
I do.
own.
Not in
His own
Scooby
cartoon.
Doo. Yeah, but he had his own cartoon.
I do not remember that.
And
not.
He was on the Laugh Olympics. He was on the
teammates with
Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo on Laugh Olympics. Yeah.
Okay, but in defense of
Dino
Jason,
Mutt?
he was watching Strawberry Shortcake back then,
Good
so he
point.
didn't see.
And
it.
playing with GoBot.
Stupid GoBots. It was funny because Dirk. I was going to say Dietrich. Dirk.
Diggler.
Not that.
Jet
Whatever. Doug, help me out here.
Benedict.
What'd you-
Dirk Benedict.
Dastardly.
Dick
Dick
Dastardly.
Dick Dastardly was the villain. Muttley was in it. Not much though. And they did have like
Muttley.
there was supposed to be a big story with Grape Ape, but they wrote it out. So they got rid of him. And then it was funny though. They went into a video game arcade, and Hong Kong Phooey had his own video game. The Laugh Olympics had their own video game. So
play
I mean, I would too. I would play the Hong Kong Phooey one.
Still had one of the best intro songs. Yeah.
It was okay. Scoob was okay. I like what I don't like that they do supernatural in terms of like real supernatural. I like the mystery of like real people, dressed up as ghosts.
You don't like that they're trying to open portals to hell?
No, that's what they were doing, and I was like, whatever.
So you're telling me it was Old Man Smithers with a mask?
It was not. Simon Cowell was in it though, so that was great.
As himself.
Did they fuck
Yes.
it up with Scooby Dum?
No, he was not in it.
Thank
He was
you.
not
Yeah,
in it.
Well,
one
that's
of these
one good
were
part.
characters.
Yeah, I'm about to say, with all the bad mistakes that they've made in the past, Scooby Dum is not one of the terrible ones. I mean, they made Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo is the worst. Yeah, you're right.
They did those, like I said, Jason said, the movies where there actually are ghosts and paranormal shit going on, where that just ruins the entire thing. Like pretty much any of those movies they made in this century are pretty bad. I mean, come on, they met Kiss.
Well, except for whenever Linda Cardinelli was in there.
Not the live action. I was talking about the cartoon movies they've been making the live action ones were okay, actually.
Live action was
Thelma never looked so good.
So, did anyone watch anything else?
Speaking of Linda Cardellini, I watched Dead to Me.
My wife started that series. Yeah.
It was. It's not a comedy unless you're Jason. It's not a sitcom.
Thanks.
Again, I expected it to be more humorous, and it was a lot darker than I thought, but it was entertaining.
Well, hold on. It's not a teen soap opera, so Jason wouldn't be interested in it.
I hate you.
Yeah. Let's see. What else have I watched? Oh, I watched The Wrong Missy. It's
we watched that. We watched
Netflix
that too.
film with Spade and Laura Lupkus and Molly Sims.
Nick Swardson.
Brian's
that's why
ex-boyfriend,
Brian
Nick
watched
Swardson.
it.
It was what you expect, a Happy Madison production with David Spade in it. Of course, Rob Schneider shows up playing some type of stereotype.
Yes.
Do they
A
just like
European gigolo?
No, he's a
No.
shark. He's a shark whisperer.
Ugh.
that's a stereotype?
Well, he's like Hawaiian or whatever. It's
Oh,
supposed to
okay.
be.
Yeah.
And I had a request from an unnamed listener who would like Jason to start watching the show Turdy Works. You have to look it up and then watch it. Turdy Works. TIRDYWORKS.
Is that the lady that makes shit? Like she turns shit into stuff?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. That's going to be a no.
Hasn't it been done already? Didn't anybody shit in a jar or cans and seal it up? I mean, come on. Think of something new.
I'm gonna. Okay, it's not her own shit she's doing stuff with, but I saw a couple of minutes of this, and it's more boring than the premise makes it sound.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Jim, and I think someone else on the show has constantly said that people need to watch it. My wife and I this week are starting Ozark because everyone has raved about it.
Oh, finally? You're going to get around to it?
Yeah.
Solid show.
Well, he's going to get around to the first, maybe even second episode.
No. When my wife and I actually sit down and watch a show, we do like start binge watching it together. It's when I'm left to my own devices and I'm like, yeah, I should probably finish this. Kind of like what is that? Jessica.
What is that gigantic red thing that's in your mouth, Jason? Okay.
I've got Nicolas Cage.
So that he's where the microphone should be. Okay.
What about you guys see the advertisement for Ultimate Tag? It looks like they're like bringing back like the old Gladiator series, except it's tag.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Jim.
You go ahead.
No, there is a professional tag league where you play tag with your friends and competitions and that. We do have it on DVR. My daughter actually asked me to tape it, so sure, why not? JJ Watts is the premise behind it.
Is the premise?
Well,
What's your
the
show
idea
about?
behind
JJ Watt, a professional football player.
That's my premise.
That's the premise. What's he going to do with it? Play tag. Oh, that's a good one.
But it looks like it's playing obstacle course tag with gladiators.
Are they shooting tennis balls at?
It's like you got to beat the gladiators or something. I don't know. It just looked hokey to me, but everybody, it's like, oh yeah, it'd be awesome. I'm like, okay.
I introduced my kids to American Gladiators this week. They have it on YouTube, and we start with season 2, and they because season 1 was bad, but my son really enjoyed it. We got through 2 episodes, and it's still hokey, but it's a fun time.
Was it American Gladiators or was it the new American Gladiators?
No. It was Nitro was not on, Nitro wasn't on it, but Laser was, Diamond, Siren.
Gold? Was Gold on it?
Was Laser and Blazer there?
So it wasn't Gina Carano, though.
No. Doug, your show.
Malibu was Malibu on it?
Malibu was not. Malibu was not.
Well, then you.
What about Malibu Barbie?
First season was the only good season. You're wrong, Jason.
It's a new hat. Doug, Holy Moly starts back this week.
Or Judge Tessitore will finally have a job.
That's right, since he got fired from Monday Night Football. You liked Holy Moly, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, it starts back this Thursday. I'm excited about it. My kids are really excited about it, too.
Oh, is that the golf one?
Yes.
Yes. But
Yeah.
At first you said that I was thinking it was the hole in the wall one, and I'm like,
No, that's called Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, I realized that.
Jeff, that's weird that you said that because my daughter started binge watching that. We have officially hit the wall on what we're watching here, and Hole in the Wall is awful.
When is that even on?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you shown them Most Extreme Challenge?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
get eliminated.
Yeah, we did see that. They were okay with it. They thought it was somewhat funny, but nothing great. So, Doug, anything you watched this week?
Scrubs. We got rid of Netflix because I can get Scrubs through or Hulu through Sprint for free. So we did that. I was watching. There's more on Hulu than I expected.
Hulu's got a lot of shows on it.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked.
Oh, okay. Next week, Jason, if your video doesn't come in, remind me that it's a good thing. I think I can turn the video off so I don't have to watch Jason.
Okay, I won't do it anymore. I'll be nice.
I was going to have a Twitter poll for next week on should Jason be allowed to change his background, and it would be no, hell no, and God hell no. just show the damn new poster.
Okay, fine.
Or I think we should give an option for backgrounds that Jason's going to have used next
I could
week.
do that.
Yeah, you can only show backgrounds that we approve.
That's fine. You don't like
Or
Nicolas
Remy
Cage
LaCroix.
as an
Yeah. Well, that's a no-brainer.
That large black guy with that huge penis that's going around. We want that to be behind you.
Doug,
the listeners have to pick it though. You can't.
That's fine.
You're not allowed, Jason.
That's fine. Doug, do you miss Netflix? Do you feel like you were watching hardly anything on it, or
No, I for the $14 a month, we didn't watch it enough. Nailed It. We watched.
Mm-hmm.
I watched The Boys. I watched Umbrella Academy. That was about it.
Yeah, and The Boys wasn't even Netflix. That's Amazon.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, good. That's even better. I keep seeing
But
stuff for
Umbrella
season
Academy
2, and it's like, oh, fantastic.
He's coming out with season 2. What date was that, Brian?
I think it's like June 2nd.
Oh. Well, the new ad for the Umbrella Academy season 2 was released this weekend. The ad itself was pretty cool. So.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah, I think they dropped the trailer for it this morning.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, because we're thinking about dropping Netflix to get HBO Max. Because HBO Max is, if you pay for a whole year up front, it's $2 cheaper a month than Netflix. So
what happened on HBO Max? Oh, that's right. The Snyder Cut's going to be coming out on it.
Oh, fuck that.
And you want to get HBO Max? Okay.
I think they are directly related.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying.
If the Snyder Cut comes out, then we don't ever have to hear people bitching about releasing the Snyder Cut anymore. So release it. just so we don't have to hear it anymore.
Just so people can move on and bitch about something else.
Yes. Like how they never had a season 2 of Firefly. We can bitch about that some more.
Fuck them.
I haven't seen season 1.
Well, you should.
I actually looked for it, believe it or not, during this pandemic, but I couldn't find it. The only thing I could find was Hulu, and I don't have Hulu.
HBO Max was kind of surprising me because they have a lot of classic movies that they're doing. They have the whole DC collection, plus or minus. I don't know if that's good or thing or bad thing. They have the Green Lantern TV series coming out. They're having, obviously, all their originals are on it. But they have a strong lineup. They're open. I can't go into it. I can't find it right now, but I know that they have a. Sorry, that was basically.
Yeah, I thought you were sworn to secrecy. I can't go into it, but
they have a 7.
Look, guys, I want to tell you, but I can't. All right.
Shut up, Brian. They had
attorney-client privileges.
Fuck it, I'm out. Fuck it, I'm going on to the poll of the week. Fuck you all. I don't like you. We're on a Bad Ideas podcast on Twitter, so fuck you, Jeff. The Twitter poll of the week this week is: what is your favorite old school video game console? Now,
what a horrible poll.
You know what? We have a lot of younger viewers or listeners, so I don't think everybody will go back and root for Atari 2600 or 7800.
But how about the original NES system instead of Super Nintendo?
I thought about that one.
Because there were how many more thousands sold of that than on Super Nintendo?
Well, I'll be honest, I was biased. I like the Super Nintendo better. Anyways, so the options were Super Nintendo, Doug's favorite system, the Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Sony PlayStation, the original, and I just threw this one in there just to be different. TurboGrafx 16.
Just to be different.
Wait a minute, I thought Doug's favorite was tic-tac-toe, piece of paper and a pencil.
Blake, he couldn't hold the pencil. It kept breaking.
Doug just plays the game Go by himself. Like, that's it. The game that was invented like 4 million years ago by the Chinese.
That's called Chinese checkers.
No, it's called Go.
Chinese checkers wasn't even invented by the Chinese, Jason. Get your facts straight.
I saw a fact on the internet, okay, Jeff? So shut up.
Chinese checkers and Tinkerbells. There you go.
TurboGrafx 16 got 3% of the vote. Sony PlayStation got 23% of the vote. Sega Genesis lost to Super Nintendo 45% to 29%.
Ooh.
So there you go. That's good because that's our top 5 this week is old school video games. So stay tuned for that.
I had to vote Sega Genesis like Doug because it was the original of the series of that game system.
Yeah.
Just a spin-off like Super Nintendo.
Well, wasn't the Sony Master System considered the original?
What, of Sega?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Sega Master System, yeah.
Sega Master System.
Yeah.
It wasn't that popular.
It wasn't that popular in the U.S., but it was first from Sega.
I only knew one person that had that.
I knew nobody, so...
I've never even heard of it.
Sega Master
What about
System?
What about 3DO? You remember 3DO?
I do. I had a friend in college who thought 3DO was going to be the next big thing.
That did not happen.
It did not.
Everybody thought the Atari Jaguar was going to be the next big thing.
No one thought the Atari Jaguar.
Just you, Jason.
It's a $700 video game system. That's only about $2,000 in this day and age.
And the game is $125.
Yes. Oh my God! It was great graphics. It was arcade graphics. That was kind of nice, but okay. So, Blake, do you have some listener feedback for us over there?
Yeah, this week's bomb listener feedback brought to you by Major League Baseball's Player Union. You guys better not fuck this up.
Well,
All right.
okay.
Or the owners better not fuck it up.
Yeah,
either.
it's not the players.
It's I think if anybody messes it up, it's going to be the players union.
But the owners already did by telling the players, we have this agreement to have a prorated agreement. They said, no, we're not going to pay you that.
Yeah, but you got a prorated agreement, but I would say, I do know that they're negotiating, and I know it's all steps in negotiation. So I know that you're going to start out asking for the most that you can get. However, I think it's because it's going to be.
They had an agreement already.
No,
everything wasn't agreed to. They just agreed that they were going to have prorated when they in March.
When they came back, and then one of the first things that the owners did was say, no, we want a 50-50 revenue split, and we're going to leak this to the press and say that you guys won't accept it to make you guys look like bad guys because the owners operate in bad faith.
Are you the union representative, Jim?
No, it's just that how the unions always work. The MLB owners have always worked.
Yeah.
No, I think honestly, if you're an owner and a player and you're going to split 50-50 of the revenue, I think that's a good deal, honestly, to tell you the truth. Especially you're going to weird shortened season with a weird epidemic and all that kind of weird stuff. You really don't know what your profits are going to be, if any. You may be operating at a loss for the year. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, and the players aren't going to take their 50% of a loss.
Yeah, they're not going to take a loss.
Yeah, and the simple fact of the matter is, the owners are going to use this as force something down in the future. They're not going to let something that the owners will come back on them to haunt them for future years either.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, unfortunately, they just can't come together and make it America's greatest pastime and come to agreement for what we really need, and that's the American people. God bless America.
Baseball better.
I did see Austin Hedges, who's the rep from the Padres, came out and said that we are closer. There have been negotiations. We're closer. There will be a season. So that gives us good hope.
Yeah.
Well, they better, because this past weekend, live sports returned to ESPN with the National Cornhole Championship was on.
And it was live?
Yeah, they had masks. Yeah.
I saw them wearing masks. And nobody in the stands. Oh, but that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. All right. I'll be fair. I was just trying to take a side so I can, inspire some conversation and debate. So I'll just say, Major League Baseball players, union, and owners, don't fuck this up. How's that?
That's better. And
I was just being argumentative too, Blake.
Actually, my biggest concern is that.
Well, actually, Jim, you should be a lawyer. There you go.
Yeah, my biggest concern is Major League Baseball is going to use this to force the DH down the National League's throat.
It's going to happen.
Bring it on.
Already done. No, yuck.
Bring it on.
It's the worst.
I mean, why not? Pitchers don't hit worth a crap anyways. There's only like 5 pitchers that are worth hitting.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
Yeah, it's like an automatic out.
It would be to the Reds' benefit this year, especially.
It would be. I'm not saying it won't be, but I'm also saying it's a lesser game.
Doug, what do you think?
I'm
about
kind of
DH?
up in the air on DH or no DH. I kind of like it. Mostly because it's another legitimate batter rather than the pitcher. I mean, especially when you're doing interleague play or we're doing the World Series, all the American League teams are at a disadvantage then, aren't they?
Not necessarily.
No, because the National League teams don't have a player specifically for DH, so their DH isn't as good as the American League.
Yeah, like we rewatched the 1990 World Series last week, where the Reds were playing, and they had like Hal Morris DHing and Todd Benzinger playing first base. Yeah, that's not quite the same thing as Harold Baines or Jose Canseco.
Eddie Murray.
Yeah, he wasn't on the A's.
He
No,
was
no.
the
1990.
designated hitter, Jason. Yes, thank you.
I saw a fact on the internet.
Edgar Martinez.
Look it up.
The best designated hitter in the history of designated hitters. I'll agree with that.
Hey
Big
Jeff.
Papi.
Ugh. Hey Jeff.
Don't make me get in this argument, Brian. The stats prove Edgar is better.
Well, they're my two my
Go ahead.
I said they're my two favorite designated hitters, so I'm gonna win.
I have no problem. I have no problem with Poppy being ranked up there with the elite.
No, I'm not saying he's the best.
Okay, then we're okay.
It just happens that he played on my favorite baseball team, and he was really good.
He was. Wait, he wasn't a Red.
He what?
He wasn't a Cincinnati Red.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're
I didn't know you were.
Your favorite team's the Twins?
Yeah, I didn't know he was a Twins fan either.
Are you a Red Sox fan, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so
Boo. Boo.
listeners,
We'll
if
cut
you would like to be
Brian's
the new intern, listeners, if you want to be the new
Boo.
intern, send it over to us at intern Hackney at Graphic Novice. Intern, sort through those for us.
So anyway, listener feedback.
Yeah. So listener feedback. So we go ahead and we start this with this guy named in my upper right hand quadrant, Doug.
Ape hands.
Number one
formerly
fan.
known as. Ah! Hey, go ahead, read your own damn question, Doug.
Okay. Jason can breathe a sigh of relief. James Cameron has told Inside the Magic that Avatar 2 will still be released on schedule. Is everybody excited to see this?
I just want to let you know that any listeners in New Zealand, because they're COVID free now, you're free to roam around the country. If you can stop them filming this down there, big props. Not saying you should.
No. Nikki needs to get a cameo in there. That way you know Jason C. Brown from the first Avatar and Nikki from the second.
I stand corrected.
The Hobie connection to Avatar.
I agree. That's a good call. We should be able to get Jason C. Brown on this show, too, because, to be honest, he's not doing anything in Hollywood right now. I mean, come on. Blake, work on that.
You probably
I'm
can't
on it.
call him.
Yeah.
Actually, I am
Call him
excited
right
to
now.
I am actually excited to see this because I haven't seen the first one, but if Avatar 2 is the first movie to come out to theaters and they're open, I'll go see it.
Okay.
Well, they still have to film it, Jim. I think something that's already been filmed will come out first.
Who knows? We're hoping, but they should have been releasing your movie coming out.
Hey, August 28th. New Mutants is coming out August 28th.
Of
They
2025.
finished filming this in 2008.
Do you think when New Mutants comes out, it's going to have that tag of a classic film already since it's been filmed 30 years prior?
It might.
Real quick, we talked about Tenet last week, Christopher Nolan's film.
Yeah.
There was an article today in, I think, the Hollywood Reporter that said he is still planning to release it July 17th. He's steadfast in it. He wants it to come out July 17th. So
Yeah, he's
Actually,
going
stuff
to
to
have the
report
movie.
about.
Yeah, he's going to kind of have it come out Tenet, and he said he's already got the sequel to it. It's called Landlord.
boo.
Wow, it's not even spelled the same way.
I made Hackney throw his phone.
No, I was giving you the donut.
You're doing a rim shot.
Oh, okay.
Play your card right. It might be a rim job.
My phone's still right here. Who's unwrapping
Hey,
candy?
thing over there? What's going on over there, Doug?
Dog's eating candy. And
He's
it's not
opening
even
mail.
Are you
spelled.
opening today's mail?
Yes.
He's on home with you.
It's not his.
We're Brian? I think
Yeah.
it's cute that you think that he would actually have today's mail. I think that's like 6 weeks ago mail that he's still sorting through.
All those
Damn
coupons
you.
are expired.
You know, Doug, my daughter sent you a thing in the mail, a picture in the mail. You know that
Yes.
actually got to you in less than 24 hours. I was pretty
course it did.
impressed. It was pretty impressive. Even
That's how good we are.
obviously, Amazon's not doing 2-day mail, but you are. You
Right.
are. So
Well, 24 hours isn't 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Your
like
math
less than a
sucks.
day.
You're not
Shut up,
homeschooling
Brian.
your children in math, are you?
God, no. Blake, actually, my homeschooling is like the community college you see on TV. Like, we did gun making, we did podcasting, we did communication
VCR
art.
repair.
Doomsday
VCR
prepping.
repair. That's right. My daughter can refurbish a VCR like the best of them, so it's fine. We're good.
Although
There you
Jason never said that the 24 hours were consecutive.
Consecutive.
go. Yeah, not in a row.
Thank you, Blake. What else we got?
From Scab Jeff. Happy birthday, Scab Jeff.
That's right.
Yes, happy birthday.
Although he'll never know this because he never listens to the show.
Should we call him?
I'll
No.
put it up on our Facebook page.
We'll just wish him happy birthday, and he'll never know.
Okay.
He says, why are Netflix and Amazon Prime shows still 45 minutes long? Well, Schitt's Creek's like 20-something minutes long. But, I mean, it made sense when there were commercials to make it to a full hour. But we all know that TV with commercials isn't making a comeback. So why not make the shows an hour? Well, unless you have Hulu or Disney Plus.
Because they're not scheduled. You don't have to schedule them by the hour. You can watch them whenever you want. So they can be as long as they want to be or as long as they have to be.
As long or as short
right.
as it takes to tell the proper story is how long they should be.
That's right. And until Disney buys it up and then puts it on Hulu and make you pay for it, they'll put commercials in.
But I will say, been starting to watch on CBS All Access, The Good Fight, the sequel to The Good Wife. And they still have like the beats where like there would be a commercial, like and it goes black and it's like, okay, commercial, but there would be no commercial. They just come back. And I'm like, this is set up so it could be on commercial television, except for the swearing and nudity. But other than that, it could be on commercial television.
You should watch the show $1 on CBS All Access.
I'm afraid to ask what the show $1 is.
That's why I'm just telling you should watch it. It's very good.
Thank
$1.
you. Were you not allowed talking about it? Okay, moving on.
Okay. He's on a
I-
gag order.
Yeah, look, guys, I really like to tell you about it, but I can't. Right? I just can't do it right now.
He's saving it for his own master podcast after he's learned all of our secrets.
I will change this background. Do not make me change this background.
Hey, Jason, when are we going to get our Joe Rogan $100 million contract for the podcast?
It's in the works. It's in
Okay.
the works. So we're working on it. So
Joe Rogan got $100 million.
He signed an exclusive deal with Spotify for his podcast, and it was $100 million.
Oh, that means I won't be able to watch it on YouTube anymore.
I didn't read the whole article, but I'm not sure. I think it's just he's just adding it to Spotify. I think. I don't think he's going to stop doing the YouTube show, but
in other news, Spotify came out today and said they're now bankrupt. So it's okay. It's fine. TuneIn Radio decided to give us a $500 for 5-year contract. So it's okay. We're on TuneIn, so we're okay. So that's how they countered. So we're on Spotify too.
well, good. I mean, I'm just happy for Joe that he can finally make some money and maybe be able to afford to move out of California.
Most people have a hard time affording to live in California, not move out of. It should be cheaper to move out than to stay.
Yeah, he's moving. He can't live out there anymore under the current government. He's had enough. It's been tough on
Feel
him.
bad. Feel bad for him. Feel bad.
The current government that's been there for his entire lifetime, probably.
Yeah.
Down.
Gavin Newsom is calling it a nation state, so he doesn't want to be a dictator.
Down the hall.
And he's Pelosi's nephew, so he's got the inside connection.
Anyways, moving on. What's your next one, Blake?
Oh,
did that answer your question?
This one's from Fish.
Oh.
Fish? What?
Say what? He says, is it in Hobie's budget to buy an inflatable Millennium Falcon for $10,000?
As long as the $10,000 are paid in IOUs, it is within our budget.
It is a pretty impressive inflatable. Doug, you have connections to Disney. Could you help us with this?
I don't have connections to Disney anymore.
Oh, damn it.
You lie.
My connection was let go.
He may be back. We're hoping.
Yes.
We're hoping.
Yeah. When he got too big to be the Tinkerbell. His spin-off Tinkerfella didn't work very well.
If they would have asked this question a little earlier, I could have probably threw that in for a PPP loan.
Ooh, damn it, intern! You're a day late and $10,000 short.
Again, if you would like to be the new intern, please send your resumes to intern Hackney at Graphic Novice. He will be going through them in the next week or so. So, what else we got?
From Dev, the Psy guy. He said, on a scale of 0 to -10, how well has the federal government handled the COVID-19 pandemic? Where 0 is awful and -10 is they are handling it? Question mark.
Yeah. Doug, you go first. You're the guest. No, just do numbers.
Do numbers?
No explanation. Just do a number.
-3.
Brian.
-6.
Jeff.
-9.
Jim.
I'm going to go with a -2. I don't think they should really have to do a whole lot. They're just screwing it up for the fun of it, I think. On purpose.
Blake.
I agree.
Okay.
But I feel like this question was loaded against the federal government.
Well, the federal government's loaded against itself.
The federal government's working with a major handicap right now.
The only reason I didn't say -10 was
Besides
because
the
they
president.
actually admitted that there is a crisis. That's about all they've done was admit that it did actually come true.
So I'm going to go with a -5, and I'm grading on the bell curve here. I'm giving them the curve.
Yeah, I'd give a -5, but I also give it to everybody, not just the federal government.
Well, so I had TV on when I was working today, and somehow Trump's press conference came on. I'm not going to get into a big thing about this, whether you like him or not. It doesn't matter.
Came on.
It was. I was flipping through. Anyway, so it was kind of. I thought it was kind of humorous though, because they said Canada said they're not opening the borders to America until June 21st. And and Trump says this. He's like, yeah, they said June 21st. They're not doing it, sooner or anything. And the one reporter's like, well, what do you think about that? Is that going to hurt the northern states? And he's like, well, we're good friends with Canada. They may open it sooner. It could happen. This. And the reporter's like, so do you think they're going to open it sooner? No. Yeah, sure. I think it could. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, sounds good. Next question.
I think maybe the hydroxychloroquine is actually helping his brain melt faster.
It was just funny. It's like you're just talking at the bar. You think this is going to happen? Yeah, sure, why not? Could. I don't know. Why not?
Well, have you seen any of Trump's press conferences?
No,
I mean,
I don't.
that's exactly how it sounds like. He's just he gives it less thought than I do to what we talk about on our podcast. It's like, well, what about this? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
I think Trump should just pick like surrogate fencers, and the reporters and the fencers just duke it out, because it's really unfair for the reporters to fight Trump. I mean, should I say it's unfair for Trump to fight the reporters. So he should be able to pick like his son and act as a surrogate, and they should just duel.
Which one's the dumb Trump? Eric?
Eric.
Not Eric, but
Yeah, Eric
Eric.
Trump or
All of them.
Kushner,
Out
or
there.
we'll let his son-in-law in there too.
Barron.
Let that see it. Let the what's his name? Barron. No, Barron. Leave Barron out of this. He's an innocent child. No, what? Bring out that what's his name from CNN and have him sword fight. I'd watch that. I'd watch those press conferences.
From law school this week.
You what?
Trump did he just have a daughter graduate from law school this week?
Tiffany?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the one that Trump forgot her name, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
she's
So does he know she graduated? That she graduated from law school?
Probably.
She's that in those TV families. She's that one that doesn't want to have any publicity and stays out of everything.
she's the Shane McMahon of the Trump family, Brian.
Yeah.
Well,
Vince
she's
McMahon.
Marla
Vince
Maples'
McMahon gives-
daughter.
Yes. Wait, have you guys watch Our American President cartoon?
Speaking of which, isn't it about time
I
for
have
him to find a new wife so he can, reinvigorate his powers, his unnatural powers?
Is he a wizard?
Yeah, he has to change up for a younger woman every so many years. That's how
He's a lich.
yeah. He sucks the life out of him.
Okay, what's next? What's next, Blake?
Oh, Deb, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, okay. Dev, I hope that... Are you satisfied? From Besotted Geek, most surprising championships, NBA or NHL?
Doug, what's your answer to this?
What does this mean?
Yeah, what does he mean? What's he talking about?
Which league has, or which sport has the most surprising championships in terms of like teams, like surprising teams to win it?
Oh, I completely missed it.
Who's
I'm
the
like,
biggest surprise? Yeah. Which one has the biggest surprise teams? I mean, 2019, they both had two pretty big surprise. Like Toronto and the St. Louis Blues were both surprise winners.
I would say the NHL. NHL hands down.
Yeah.
I'd say 2020, their surprise winners were no one saw coming.
Still haven't.
No.
Hey, this is the same team that won the 1995 Stanley Cup.
Oh.
Hey,
the 1994 World Series.
You know who won the 2020 NBA championship? China.
I
Yao
don't think they qualify.
They won the preseason, and they won the regular season.
What else we got, Blake?
So where's the down the hall comment? Come on.
I'm just leaving.
Jesus.
I've just left the door open.
Holy moly. I mean, yeah. From IDKS, what is that? From I Don't Know Shit?
Yes, but it's for the good pals at Pop Culture Cafe.
Okay.
Pop Culture Cafe.
Okay. What do you gents think? Well, first of all, he's calling us gents, so what do you gents?
Canadian or something.
Yeah. What do you gents think will be the first movie you would be willing to see in a crowded theater? Well, it's Avatar 2 for Jim. Once COVID-19 lockdown is over.
No, mine's the first one that comes out.
Yeah. I'll guess Tenet.
I'll do it just so I can go to a movie, man. That's it.
Since it will be a crowded theater, I'm going to say New Mutants. It'll be tough to find a seat when that movie finally does come out.
Well, wait a minute. Do you think when they come out, do you think Black Widow is going to be the first one out? Do you think?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Didn't they postpone Black Widow to like next year or something?
November.
November.
Oh,
Well,
November.
it feels like next year. Shit.
It does.
Yeah, I'll see what Wonder Woman, Black Widow. I don't care, man. I just want to go to a theater.
Doug, what do you think? What would you?
I was just looking. Wonder Woman comes out August 14th.
Okay.
That might be long enough away where it people are willing to go.
Well, what about Tenet? What about July 17th?
I don't know.
Well, let's put it this way. It's going to be the only movie out, so at our local Cineplex, it'll be on 14 screens.
Well, yeah.
So the seating will be few and far between.
I think August would be safe in terms of people feeling safe again, but it really is. It all depends on how, if there is going to be a second wave, when it's going to hit, if there is, all that stuff. I mean, July could be perfectly fine, and then August could be fine, and then September or something could happen, or nothing could happen. I mean,
one movie's going to stumble into the right weekend opening and just dominate.
Yeah.
It's just which weekend.
Yeah. Kind of like
it'll be the New Mutants. Isn't that going to be Labor Day weekend?
Hey Jeff, that dead horse.
Yes.
There. You just
No, Labor Day weekend. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, Doug. What movie is going to be the Onward? Bad timing. The bad timing.
I don't know.
I mean, nobody knows. In all honesty,
Do you think they'll release Onward into the theater?
No, they did. It didn't do well, obviously, because everything happened. And then I think once they put it on Disney Plus, I think they gave up.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah.
Oh, that went on Disney Plus. Oh, I thought it went.
Yeah.
On, the paper.
Well, I mean, when do theaters open up?
We don't know yet.
I mean, that
drive it. Yeah.
I suppose the question is, how long till you trust they'll be safe?
Right.
Will you trust when your state or municipality says it's safe, or do you wait 2 months to find out? I suppose that's what I think the gist of the question is going for.
They keep saying that movie theaters. There was 2 articles today saying what's safe and what's not when everything starts to reopen. Movie theaters are on high risk. Both articles stated it was high risk. But here's the issue, though. They said it also depends on what's going on in your community. If you're in New York City and you have thousands upon thousands of cases, that's one thing. If you're in, Indiana and there's not many cases around, it's not as dangerous. So all of this is null and void until you get to the area that you're in. I mean, your area.
I got an idea. I have an idea. Why doesn't the federal government, set up COVID-19 testing centers at movie theaters? And you buy a ticket, you get tested, and if you test positive for COVID, you go to the theaters on the left. If you test negative, you go to theaters on the right.
You know what, Blake?
I like it.
There's another option. Every postal carrier carries around tests for every one of their customers, and they just, Doug, you do the testing right as you're delivering the mail, and then you can log it.
There's probably a few customers I could jam that up their nose like you're supposed to. Yeah, that'd work.
Okay.
I'm not on your route.
Don't make an exception.
You know what? You could probably get funded. See? There you go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You could probably get a Fun Dip. What?
Fun Dip.
Fun Dip, sweet. And hopefully it's like the big one with 3 different flavors and 2 sugar sticks.
Yeah.
You tested positive for COVID. Have a Fun Dip.
Or they use the Fun Dip stick to test for the swipe. Stick this up your nose.
That's not nowhere near long enough to reach your brain.
Blake, wrap this up with listener feedback here.
I'm not going to wrap it up. From Professor Number 1 and Doctor Number 1, I'll let Doug wrap it up since he opened it up.
I don't have the new thing.
Oh, once the pandemic is... Oh, here, Doug, I'll show it to you. Can you read that?
Yes, you read Jason's.
Once the pandemic is over, what ride will number 1 fan Doug.
Doug.
Keep moving over a little bit more, Jason.
What will number one fan Doug run to at Disney to get on first?
Oh, Flight of Passage in Pandora, World of Avatar.
Love Avatar Land.
Avatar
Love it.
Land, sweet, best
Yes.
ride ever.
So that'll be the first ride that you schedule your appointment for?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
without
you
a
don't have
doubt.
to run to it, I suppose.
Yeah, I was reading a thing that that's what Kings Island's leaning towards is you'll have to sign up for all the rides ahead of time, and then like every other car will be blocked off.
Sweet.
So
Yeah, not like that. Not like that COVID virus can like pass through the air. Make sure you're in the front, not the back.
Well, you have to wear your mask, so when you yell, you're.
For those local that are listening, the Congo Falls or whatever that is, don't worry, nothing is alive after you go through that thing. That bridge is nasty as anything with the water splashing on it. Hey, Jeff, Congo.
Wait, or you are the endangered species.
You mean
Thank you.
Amazon Falls?
Is it
Yeah.
Amazon Falls now? It's not Congo Falls anymore?
It was never Congo Falls.
Oh. It was called Congo. It was called Congo.
Didn't they?
Nope.
Did they ever
There is
rename
a
that when
place?
Paramount bought
Yeah,
it?
they did. It was Congo. I swear to you.
Paramount
Okay.
changed names of some rides when they owned it, or
Yeah.
whatnot, and then they had to
That's
change.
probably back to Amazon Falls back if Paramount doesn't know that anymore.
Yeah,
Because it was Amazon Falls when it was made,
So
and then
Amazon
it was like that. Amazon bought them, yes.
Amazon just bought one ride in the local amusement park. That's it. Just one. Just one.
just testing the waters.
Jeff, give
Jason,
me an
you were
intro.
saying those waters are so dirty that
Yes.
diseases can't live in them? Is that what you were
No.
saying?
Nothing can live in those waters. Even COVID's like, I'm going to sit out on this one, guys. You're good.
You're saying they're clean waters then, because nothing
Sure.
bad could live.
So you're saying that those waters are like you for STDs?
Moving on. Okay. Jeff, give me an intro for News of the Geek.
Hey, real quick before we get
Yeah.
into that, I just came across something on Twitter that makes me immensely happy.
What's
Your
that?
preacher friend?
Yes,
Your
I was
preacher,
blocked.
Kenneth
My
Copeland
pastor
from the.
Kenneth.
But doesn't he know we need you to keep track of him for the show?
I guess he didn't like it, but he blocked me.
Kenneth Copeland blocked you.
Yeah, that's the Christian thing to do. I was
It's a
just
shame.
looking for a way to Jesus, and I was trying to get it through him and his word, and he blocked me.
Well, I don't think you're going to get your COVID blown away. It's a shame.
He's probably blowing it towards you now, Brian.
May the COVID go towards all the people I blocked on Twitter.
That was pretty good, Jeff. Jeff, give me an intro for News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Let's see. This is thanks to Doug. Doug, thank you for this.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
We're doing a retro thing here. Doug sent me this from episode 80. It was Doug's first appearance on July.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it would be sooner than that.
Yeah. Apparently
July-
he wasn't number one fan as early as I thought he was.
July 15th, 2015. So, this is the news that we had. Casting news. Rumors that Angelina Jolie is directing a Captain Marvel film and Charlize Theron is starring as the main character.
Didn't happen.
Tom Welling.
This stuff didn't age well.
Tom Welling is rumored to be in Flash season 2 as Superman.
Didn't happen.
He was in the crossover.
He was in the crossover several years later,
Yes.
but not season 2 of Flash.
I'll be honest. They probably should have just stopped after season 1 of Flash. That would have been fine.
Season 2 is all right.
Hey, Doug. I'm the fastest man alive in Central City.
Until the next. Doug, you're muted.
You're muted, Doug.
I said, except for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
Yeah. And this woman, and this woman, and this
Yes.
alien. That's right. You really are the
child
worst.
from the
Flash.
future.
Yes. According to Bloody Disgusting, all the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back are going to be in Rogue One. They're all going to be going after the stolen Death Star plans.
That's
I would've-
exactly how Rogue One went, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That
No
was
boss.
the main plot of Rogue One, right?
Yeah. So my almost 4-year-old is hooked on Star Wars now, and he's been playing with a lot of the action figures. And he found Bosk, one of my favorite characters, and he's like, "Daddy, this is one of your favorites, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, that's Bosk." And my oldest son goes, "Dad, he was only in it for like 10 seconds."
Yeah.
I know.
He's got the same screen time as Dengar, so
The toilet paper head.
And IG-88.
Yeah, at least
It's all the same scene.
At least IG-88 came back in Mandalorian. And
No, that wasn't
Forlong-
IG-88.
It's true. But it's a version.
no.
It was
That's
an
like-
IG droid.
A version.
That's like saying R5D4 is the same thing as R2D2.
We need more Forlom. That's who we need. Ugh.
I have to figure.
AMC theaters in 2015 are refusing to screen Beast of No Nations due to the film coming out on Netflix the same day.
Yeah. Well,
So we-
how does that turn out for AMC theaters?
They're going to do great.
I hope they stick to their guns.
And Kenobi, the Star Wars film, is coming out in 2018 before the Fett solo team-up film. There was
Well,
a lot wrong in that sentence.
It still might come out before the Fett solo team up, but
That's
it will
true.
not be out in 2018.
And it's going to be a miniseries on Disney Plus now.
So I'm glad everyone who listened to us 4 years ago,
5.
5 years ago, got their accurate news.
Don't blame us.
We might not
found
be
facts
accurate,
on
but
the
we are
internet.
quick.
That's right. We found facts on the internet, Jeff, and we produced them. That's all we
That's
did.
right.
Doug, did you go back and listen to episode 80?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
No.
We probably
I just save all the outlines you send me.
Oh
I
my
happen to be
God.
going-
You got all of them?
The ones he send me, I save them in my email. So I was just
Oh.
looking through. I just happened to see that one.
Oh man. I can't believe you didn't show up until episode 80. Jeez. Oh.
I was never invited.
Yeah, you never invited them ever.
So just to get this correct, your wife gives us a lot of shit saying that we never invite you. You have an open invitation. You have more of an open invitation than intern Hackney. Hackney just showed up, and I can't get him off Skype. So he's on my computer 24 hours a day. My wife is doing bills on the computer, and there's Hackney going, "Hey, how's it going?" So it's okay. It's okay. We've grown to love him. We have. So
You don't have a choice.
no, we don't. My son goes, "Who's that creepy guy in the computer?" Don't worry about it. It's okay. Let's see here. Per
I'm
comic
the
book
one
news.
that's teaching them their math.
Truly.
But you're not teaching them VCR repairs. So when your VCR breaks, you're going to be coming to my daughter to fix it. The Beta
No,
Max
I'll
is
just
what
have I'll just have your kids put whatever I want to watch on TV.
Can you turn the computer towards the TV? Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Uncle Brian wants to watch Rambo. Turn it around. Let's see. So
Uncle intern.
Uncle intern.
So with that being said, let's give you some accurate news coming from comicbookmovie.com after all of our correct things from 5 years ago. Boba Fett is back. Sure he is. There is speculation that the mysterious figure that approached the lifeless body of Fennec Shand in season 1 of The Mandalorian might turn out to be Boba Fett.
Spoilers.
According to According to Hollywood Reporter, Temuera Morrison will play Boba Fett in season 2 of the Disney Plus series. The actor, the Kiwi actor, actually played Boba Fett's father, Jango Fett, in Attack of the Clones.
And all the clones.
Now,
Yeah.
I have a question. They never revealed when he was back on the planet and those other bounty hunter chicks or whatever that took the baby Yoda.
Yeah.
At the very end, there was that boot with the spur, but they never revealed who that was, did they?
Nope.
So rumor has it that was Boba. So
Yep.
maybe they'll play off of that.
Well, the funny thing is that they said it's the Mandalorian set after Return of the Jedi, which means Fett obviously did survive his fall into the Sarlacc pit. But we learned
he had a jetpack.
it was a bad jetpack.
It goes off when you tap it wrong.
I don't know if we talked about this on the show before, but when I was on the Cinema Guys live stream a couple of Mondays ago for Star Wars Day, it was revealed that actually in the comic books that Dengar saved Boba Fett from the Sarlacc pit. So I guess Dengar wasn't pointless, Jeff.
Dengar's the coolest. Dengar's cooler than Boba Fett.
I think he just threw the toilet paper that was wrapped around his head into the Sarlacc pit and Boba Fett climbed out. I'm figuring that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to correct something that was in your article there, Jason.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, didn't something in your article say something about Boba Fett, the bounty hunter first seen in Empire Strikes Back?
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett was first seen in the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh. Which is canon, maybe?
Why wouldn't it be?
Let's see. Morrison is not expected to have a substantial role in the upcoming season, but the groundwork will no doubt be laid for him to return at some point in the future. So there you go. Hopefully he's in it more than 5 minutes from the movie. Anyone excited about Boba Fett coming back? I'm fine with it, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it'd be awesome if
I don't
they
know what it
played
is.
off of there's another fight. And they
What's that,
bomb
Blake?
his jetpack and he flies into a wall and falls into a pit. And I think that'd be great.
they build it up and he's dead in 5 minutes. Done. Sorry.
Yeah.
They tap his jetpack and it just explodes.
Well,
and just body parts everywhere.
does Brian now have to watch The Mandalorian and a Star Wars thing now that Timothy Oliphant is joining the cast?
Talk about
Yeah.
your all-time conundrums.
Brian, don't worry. My kids will just turn the computer to the TV when it's on, so you can just watch it that way. Perfectly fine.
Just during the Timothy Oliphant scenes.
Yes.
Preferably. And if they could just turn Justified on instead of The Mandalorian, then I'll be happy.
Perfectly fine.
Or maybe they'll do a mashup, where Boba Fett, comes to Earth in Justified Town.
He comes to Harlan, Kentucky,
Yeah. Comes to Harlan, Kentucky.
and tries to get in on the meth trade.
No,
That actually does work out because meth's finally making its comeback. So I mean that.
I feel like Kentucky. You've never seen a greater amount of scum and villainy.
Hey.
So I think you're fine.
Easy.
Sorry.
Easy. Easy.
My bad.
All right.
Hey, Doug, what are you doing September 11th through the 13th? Hopefully,
I'll be going to the Comic Expo, Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Duke Energy Convention Center. What
I'll be
about
in
you,
line
Jeff?
for Paige O'Hara.
Paige O'Hara, Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Jeff, what are you doing?
I'll be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Intern, are you going to be there?
I am.
Okay.
I haven't gotten refunded yet, so I'm assuming I'm still going.
So it isn't canceled. It is the Highlander of comic expos and comic cons. There's only one. So get your tickets, CincinnatiComicExpo.com. And in all honesty, if it gets canceled, Hobie will still be outside the convention center playing trivia. So just come on down, stay 6 feet away, wear a mask. But we got lots of Funko Pops ready to be given away. Right, Doug? We got Funko Pops out there.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
Yes.
Now, is that like when the second wave hits and they're actually using the Duke Energy Convention Center
As the
or
hospital.
expanded hospital? We'll be outside doing trivia.
Sir, you're not passed out yet. Can you tell me who played?
Hey, ambulance
If you
driver,
answer this
come over
question
here.
right, you get a ventilator.
Hey, to be fair, we are the king of ventilators now.
Oh. Yeah, all this convention talk. There was a news release today. Gen Con has been canceled.
What? Those pussies.
Canceled.
Yep, Gen Con officially canceled today. So if
That's August, huh?
Yep, that's a month before. So
They
unfortunately,
didn't want to, but like they didn't want 100,000 people in one area. I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but the expo is still going on. Another one has fallen. The Conor McGregor has chopped another guy's head off. There only can be one.
Yeah, but I do have two pretty cool D&D groups to play with, so that's okay.
One slightly cooler than the other, but
Hey, Brian.
Hey, don't put yourself down, Jeff.
Yeah, those guys are pretty cool, Jeff.
well, they are. I mean, Dev, Michael. I mean, I could only hope to be cool enough to be in their group.
You know what? Brian and I never get invited. We were ready to play. Anytime you want to play, we're ready.
Let's play now.
I'm busy. I was dungeoning the dungeon out of it. I don't know about anyone else.
You should have seen my dragon.
Oh,
you guys don't even want to know how pissed it was.
Brian. Hey, Brian, did you like it when I elfed that one dragon? Oh, I elfed it good.
Yeah.
I fucking elfed it. Oh. Yeah. That fucking tree ant, he was in the bonfire by the end of the game. Woo! So, hey, Doug,
right,
thanks for playing.
So Doug and Jeff have completely lost interest in this. So moving on, please.
Well, Doug,
I'm writing down the titles for the show.
Doug, were in the game too.
Doug, I'm gonna create a character specifically for Doug.
A postal carrier.
He's gonna be a player. He's gonna be a half ogre player. Yeah.
Which half?
Hands.
Bottom
Both.
The bottom, because you need your hands to deliver the mail still.
That's right.
Just the right side. Just the right side.
And I'm gonna make a Etten character with Jason with one head and Hackney with the other.
No, I love ants. I love fucking ants. They're amazing. Hey, Doug, did you have fun when you and Brian were playing the other night, Dungeons and Dragons? We beat the game. I mean,
yes, that was fun.
I mean,
we just knocked it out. Is there a sequel? Is it like D&D 2?
Yeah, it's the second
Electric
edition.
Boogaloo?
Go to that one.
You got to go for you have to go second edition now.
I mean, I don't understand why it took you guys so long to get to the next level. We beat it in 2 hours. I mean,
well, we don't cheat.
We didn't either.
You use cheat codes. I know it.
We literally walked through the dungeon. No monsters attacked us. We just said hi. We were friendly. Did you ever think about not attacking people? And then
Nope.
we went to
Never thought of that at all.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what? When you have a
You were
postal
probably
carrier,
passive aggressive towards them.
The problem is you were culping at them and you were not wearing a mask and they ran away.
Oh, they were playing the COVID version. Oh.
when we have a postal carrier, everybody was excited to get packages from the postal carrier. No one attacked us. He just delivered packages. So, and we get
wearing a mask.
I think that's a homebrewed class there. I don't think postal carrier is in one of your standard classes.
No, we talked to that Joe guy, that actor, Joe Manganiello or whatever.
Manganiello.
We went to his house and we beat it. He doesn't like us anymore, but we're like, Joe, that was it? I mean, come on, man. What a pussy.
It was really awesome when I was sprinkling the hydroxychloroquine fairy dust on people. It was awesome. Everybody loved it.
Just healed them right up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Spoilers. At the end, it's just like a little dwarf is the bad guy. He's the main villain of Dungeons and Dragons. That was it. I mean, we beat him. We literally stomped on him, and that was it. Doug smashed him with his ape
Wait,
hands, and that was
you said
it.
you didn't fight anybody, but now you said you fought somebody.
Oh, that
I don't
wasn't
think
a
you're
fight.
up,
That wasn't a
Jason.
fight.
I think you're making this up as you go along.
Jim, that wasn't a fight. That was a hate crime against Barbs. We just killed it.
And I think we need to end this because you badmouthed Joe Manganiello, and I want to fight you right now.
Oh, don't
By
worry.
badmouth, do you mean completely butchered his name?
Yeah.
And he called him a pussy.
Oh, I'm gonna edit this part out and send it to Joe, and then he'll see this and challenge Jason.
To a D&D face-off. Ooh.
No, he'll challenge you to a punch in the face.
Yeah, he's gonna punch aside your face.
For free.
I challenge you, Jason, to a massive D&D game. I'm going to say no, Joe. Oh, I win. See ya. I get my 12 hours back from today. I'm good.
Punches you in the face. And we film it and laugh.
So there you go. D&D. Fun for all. September 11th through 13th is the Duke Energy Convention Center. It's the Society Comic Expo. Lots of D&D.
Come win your free ventilator.
Jeff, give us some box office news and Mortal reports.
Oh, should I be looking at my outline? I haven't opened it up yet.
They're literally
from May 15th, 2020 to May 17th, 2020.
Thanks, Jim.
Yes, go, Jim.
Number one, The Wretched made a total of $91,975. Total of $303,932 on an unknown budget. Number two was How to Build a Girl, made a total of $32,052. Total of $51,854 on an unknown budget. And number three, The Burnt Orange Heresy made a total of $55. Total of $39,788 on an unknown budget.
$55? Isn't that double last week?
No, it was $45 or $42 last week.
Oh.
Wait, did
In
all
2
six
weeks.
of us go see this again?
I know, since the Explorer went 4 times.
Yes, I saw he tweeted his ticket.
Was this supposed to be like a Trump snuff film?
Down the hall. Hey, movie theaters? They going to open in July? Yeah, sure, why not? Sure, Canada? Yeah, that too. We'll be fine. That leads us into our top 5 this week. This is from, I think Doug came up with the idea. I don't know. Yeah, I think he did.
I think you've done this one before. I didn't come up with
Well,
this.
we're doing it again.
We've done
Okay.
something at
Doing
least
it again.
similar.
We're doing top 5 old school video games. So there you go.
Yeah. What was the definition of old school?
However you want to define it.
Yeah,
like
the Hobie
all of
way.
all of our top 5s, Blake, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It got a lot of responses, so we'll go through this quick
Good,
on our
because
end.
I did anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to go through this quick on our end.
Doug, what is your number 5?
Well, okay, here's the deal. I'm down in my basement, so I have props. So,
Oh.
first,
Ooh.
number 5, old school baseball games. World
Where's
Series
Super
baseball,
Baseball from Sega?
triple
Triple
play.
play.
Triple Play
Look
96.
at those graphics. That's my number
Triple
5.
Play 96.
Now I'm
Triple
wondering
Play
if
was
I have
awesome.
Any of my old games?
Yes. I love the baseball
Brian,
games.
What's your number 5?
And they had to keep stats.
Yes. Yeah.
My number 5 is Paperboy.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
just like
That
breaking
fucking
windows.
dog.
Yeah, I love throwing paper through people's windows.
Did you ever get your $2?
I'm still waiting for my $2.
That's a good one. I forgot about that one. Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5, it's not so much a complete like old school, but I had to include on my list because they don't make it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Be NC2A football. Especially like 2005 was a really good version of it. It's
That
better
was an
than
awesome
Madden.
game.
There's
College football.
There's rumors, Jim, that NCAA football is coming back in 2 years. That EA Sports is working with the NCAA on basically.
Well, now that players are allowed to make money.
Correct.
Yeah,
They said that pretty
the
much
players
opened
going to
the
get paid
door.
what, $100?
But there is no truth to the rumors right now because there is no union or anything that can set those wages for the players. So it's at least 2 to 5 years off.
Well, tell them to get in touch with the MLB Players Union.
MLB, they won't even help. They won't even help their umpires or anybody else. They're not going to help another.
The umpires don't deserve any help. They deserve to be prosecuted.
Yeah, do you think the MLB Players Union is going to help the concession stand workers and the ushers?
Hell no, because if it was a 50-50 split, they have to pay those people too. No, we want an 80-20 split because they can't afford to pay anybody who works at the stadiums.
Well, if
There
they're
you
not
go, Blake. I'm like you for the other side.
Yeah. Well, they don't need to pay people who work at the stadium because there's no one allowed to come through the gates.
Yeah, if there's no fans, you don't need concessions. So
You don't need grounds crew, maintenance.
That's one lonely beer vendor.
I got the beer.
Go beer here.
To the owner.
Jeff, what's your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going to go with, why the hell not? Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Yeah.
Hey.
From what the
I don't think you're familiar with that.
It was you were just trying to capture all the monkeys that busted out of the science lab or whatever. They were like smart monkeys that busted out, and you were trying to capture them all.
So you're trying to prevent Planet of the Apes?
Or you were trying to steer it into your direction.
Ooh.
But that was on the original PlayStation, I think it was. And that's the newest game on my list.
Blake, what's your number 5?
So old school. All right, so I have a list of 20 video games, but I try to go with older ones and ones that were different. But anyways, number 5, because I spent hours playing this, even though all you did was run left to right or run right to left.
Pitfall.
Yes. 1982 Pitfall.
Blake, you could go below or above. Remember,
it's true. You could go below or above, and go left to right or right to left.
But there was no winning the game.
No.
No, you could find those gold bars. I think I actually won the game once. I believe it or not.
I don't think you did because you just keep running.
I think there was a cheat or something like that at one point in time. I think I cheated eventually.
Because, it wraps around, so...
Yeah, it's never ending.
You would just keep going.
It's a video game that gives you hours of fun with no ending, kind of like D&D. Now I know why.
All it was, you're just getting points.
No. Pitfall was at least fun.
That's right. Jumping on alligator heads. Come on, man.
My number 5 is from the Commodore 64C. I got 2 games on there for that. This one is summer and winter games. Doug, remember those games?
Yes.
Those games were awesome. You did the Summer Olympics, and then you could also get the Winter Olympics game.
I have one of those plug and play things that has the summer games on it.
Summer games is the
diving. Yes.
Yeah. And then it was by Epic Games, EPIX, and they really stretched it though when they did California games, and Hacky Sack was one of them, and that was awful.
What was the outdoor games? The one that had bull riding?
Yes, bull riding.
What was that? The
Oh,
caber toss?
That was World Games. World Games.
Okay.
Yeah, World Games came out. Caber tossed, bull riding, sumo fighting.
I really want to see that an actual event where they use all of those. No, in real life.
Oh,
I want to see an event where they have bull riding, caber toss, and sumo all in the same.
They also had log rolling, Doug. Log rolling was on that.
Yes.
So.
Jeff, turn on ESPN the Ocho at 2 a.m.
mean, I've seen all those individually, but I want to see like it's kind of like a decathlon where like the same person's competing in all the events.
Okay.
Welcome to.
It's great because like you have somebody like the Mountain who does the bull riding. He's been on there for 67 hours because the bull just collapsed.
Welcome to the 2020 bull riding caber toss event. You got to throw a caber toss while on the bull. I want to see that.
That would be interesting.
My number 4 is Super Mario Brothers 3. I played the shit out of that one on the Nintendo, and really enjoyed that one.
That was a good one. And you could go backwards on it.
Yeah, the first one I was
backwards.
The first one was okay. Second one was I hated the second one, but the third one was great. I like the third one just because you could get all the different worlds. So, Blake, what is your number 4?
Number 4, it had its premiere in the movie Swingers. That was the Sega Genesis NHL hockey.
95?
91.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the original was 91. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fun one where you could like get into fights and have them knock over, and then their head would bleed open onto the ice.
I like when you knock them into the plexiglass and it broke. I always like that. Or you hit the puck so hard it broke.
Depending on which player you're using.
Yeah. Jim, what's your number 4?
My number 4, I hobied this. I'm going to go with Civilization 4 and then Alpha Centauri.
Ooh.
2 Sid Meier games that were on the PC.
Now, Civilization 4 better than all the other Civ games?
It's just the one I played a bunch of.
Okay.
They have that for the Nintendo Switch, and I've never played one, but I've always been interested in doing it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, I was told I need to play one of those because then I would learn a lot for trivia.
Oh.
It's like we get a question. I'm like, the answer is something I've never heard of, and everyone's like, I remember that from Civilization.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is on the Sega Genesis, the series of PGA golf events. I had probably about 4 different PGA golf events on the Genesis. And it's pretty much the only video golf I like. It's the only golf I like. I don't like playing the game in real life, but for whatever reason, that series of games I really liked.
EA's got a new golf game, PGA golf game coming out next week, I think.
But it won't be as good as the ones on the Genesis.
Or the Atari. The Atari one's better. Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4 was MLB The Show.
Oh.
Hey, now hold on. Does the intern actually qualify for old school video games?
I mean, I'm almost 40, so.
Damn.
Does The Show qualify as old school? I mean, wasn't that this century?
It was this century. MLB The Show is a classic. It's just a good game. That's such a good baseball game.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it's not old.
Doug, what's your number 4 and 3?
Okay, 4 old school wrestling games.
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble.
It has
That
Papa Shango
awesome.
and IRS.
IRS.
Doug, time out. What is one of the features on the front cover of that Royal Rumble? What does it say?
6 in the ring mayhem.
Yeah, you can get 6 in the ring.
6
It was the
people.
first 6 wrestlers in the ring at one time.
And then I also had the 32X for my Sega.
Wow, 32X game?
Oh, the Raw.
And the best one about this, the hidden character you could play, Quang.
I don't even know who that is.
Savio Vega.
Yes.
Under a mask.
Yes. That was number 4. Number 3, told you I had props. Basketball games. NBA Jam.
NBA Sega CD.
NBA Live. NBA
97.
Live.
NBA
And
Live was
95.
a damn good game. Those were damn good games. I forgot about those.
I'm just
And
impressed. I'm
What's
just
that?
impressed you had the 32X and the Sega CD.
I got them at Service Merchandise when they were
Oh,
went out of business. I
And
might
they
have
were-
paid $20 a piece maybe for them.
okay.
That's the only reason.
And what game did you have on the Sega CD, Doug? Dana Plato.
No, I didn't have that one.
Night
I don't think
Watch.
so.
Oh,
No.
Night Watch.
You mentioned Dana Plato. We were watching Different Strokes on television last week, and Dana Plato had bulimia. It was a very special episode.
Oh God, I hated those.
But it was one of the later ones because Willis wasn't even on it. The stupid little white kid adopted son was on it.
I hated that kid too, man. That's as that show jumped the shark after Willis was gone.
Brian, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is Contra.
That's a good one. That's good.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. That's
Yep.
a 2-person contra code.
Yep.
I was the first game to use the code, the Konami
Secret
code.
codes. Yep.
Blake, what's your number 3?
You know, I was concerned for a moment that Jim Hobied me, but I had Sid Meier Civ 2.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
so
think Civ 4.
I'll give you a clue. My last 3 are old Windows, like 95 games. I figure, okay, as long as you're 20 years or older, I'll qualify them as old school.
I'll give you that. Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3, I hobied these together. There are 2 more. I don't know if I steal any Blake's here. They're kind of older PC games. I'm going to go Sam and Max Hit the Road. That was just a lot of fun. Sam and Max, that was a good series. And then the one that our college dorm hall played for an entire year as a group, and the game was probably running 23 hours a day. It was Seventh Guest.
Yes.
Seven
You talked
Guest.
about this,
Oh,
how
yeah,
you guys
I love
did
that game.
I got stumped on it. I got to one puzzle I could never beat.
If you couldn't do it, then like I can't get it, and somebody else would sit down and play. And the guys who were in that room, they slept in the lounge.
You know, the thing about Seventh Guest is that it went on to become a little franchise too back in the day. It had other video games, but it also had comic books and novels about it.
Yeah, the sequel was 11th Hour.
Yes.
And it was just full of bugs and glitches.
Let's see.
I would have loved that, but Seventh Guest was a lot smoother and it was much more playable.
My number 3, you'll see it in the movie The Princess Bride. I loved this game. It's for the Commodore 64C as well. Was Hardball. You had 2 baseball teams. Doug, do you remember this one?
Yes,
The red and the
yes.
blue team. And I would play that for hours, all the time, and I loved that game. And it was just a hell of a game. It was a fun game. The graphics were great. But if you watch Princess Bride, it's what Fred Savage is playing at the very beginning. Number 2 for me.
Oh, I don't get to give my number 3? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I skip you? What's your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3 is on the Sega Genesis. Pretty much the first game I got that didn't come with the system was Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fun game. Played that a lot.
Until you got trapped into the net. Then it
Oh,
was
no.
bad.
I beat the game. There it is. The Sega CD version. I didn't have that, but
Oh. Doug's the rich person over there with the Sega CD games.
No, I bought it as a dying system, so every game was cheap.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
My number 2, we are going to the NES, and I'm going with the original Final Fantasy.
Okay.
That was pretty much the first really sandboxy type game where you can go wherever you want and different things you will pop up at you and attack you just as you were walking randomly.
Doug, you had Final Fantasy 4, I think, or 3, right, on Super Nintendo. That was a
sounds
damn
right, yeah.
game. Yeah.
Probably 3. I think 3 was.
I think you're right. My number 2, I hobied it. I'm not trying to take Jim's, but I'm figuring he might have it. NHL 95 and Tecmo Super Bowl.
Hey, shut up.
Sorry.
I purposely did not take Tecmo Super Bowl.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
That should only be on. No, it's only good for the regular Nintendo.
It was going
on the Sega, it sucked, and on the
NES, it sucked.
on Super NES, it sucked.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. The Tecmo Super Bowl, it's a sequel, was better because it did stats, had all the teams, and it was just a good game. It was
you just said
game.
It was better after agreeing with Jim.
No, he did. I want the Super Tecmo Bowl for the regular Nintendo.
For the regular Nintendo.
Yeah, not for the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
No.
I think you said it was better because of the stats and whatnot.
Yeah, it was the 88 roster.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Tecmo Super Bowl, not Super Tecmo Bowl.
Correct.
Or not
Tecmo Super Bowl.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
And then NHL 95, which has been talked about forever. So
yeah, so did he just Hobie 2 of them in one that eliminated 2 of your bases, Jim?
No, I didn't have NHL 95.
Okay.
And Jason's wrong because it will not be number 2. Super Tecmo Bowl is not number 2. If it's not on your list at number 1, it's not on your list.
My bad. Jim, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Major League Baseball for the Nintendo. It was the first one that was licensed by Major League Baseball, but not licensed by the Players Union. So they only used players' numbers and not their names.
Huh.
But I believe it was the first one to keep season stats, too.
Huh. I do not remember that one.
I think my favorite games were the ones that certain people didn't agree to, but the rest of the league did.
Oh, like Super Tecmo Bowl.
Like Super Tecmo Bowl or
QB Bills, QB Browns.
Michael Jordan and NBA Live. So, Brian, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare.
Okay.
For me.
How old is that?
Yeah. Where's this old school?
How old is that?
I believe it's 14.
Call of Duty 4 on the PS4.
I was living in this house paying a mortgage when that came out.
I believe it's 14 years old. Came out in like 2006.
I think you're right. I think it's around that time. Yeah. I remember playing it in the old house. Yeah.
2007.
Okay.
Great game. I
remember when I moved in this house, I bought the Xbox and that game and immediately decided I hate playing against people online. People are stupid and annoying.
Yeah.
You were like Jim in the office when they were playing it. Jeff, you're in the corner with a sniper rifle. Turn around, Jeff. Turn around. No, you're jumping now. No, turn around, Jeff. Oh, fuck, I'm just going to shoot him.
Pretty much, I just like hid and sniped, and that lasted about 2 or 3 shots, and then I was killed. And then I'd spawn again and get killed walking out of the spawn site over and over again.
Blake, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is an old Windows PC game that I spent hours playing. It was called Caesar 3. So it was kind of along the lines of Civ too, but you're actually building. You're building your old Roman city.
I thought it was a casino gambling game.
No, not casino gambling games. No, Caesar 3. Yeah, Caesar. No, so yeah, Caesar 3 was pretty cool because you had it was isometric and you're developing the city and as it would go through the ages of the empire, and you also had a little bit of warfare as well, but the warfare really wasn't that technical. You just like sent out your army to go meet the invading armies, and you just watch what happens. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that actually I did enjoy that game too.
Yeah, you think about it, Sierra Online, had lots of great video games, strategy games, and they're bringing Sierra Online back. I just saw recently, somebody's bringing Sierra Online back for strategy games. Okay. Maybe we can talk about it next week.
Let's see. Doug?
Jason will forget about it.
I'll forget about it.
All right.
Intern, put it in the outline.
I'm not texting. I was looking up something. So simmer down. Doug,
my number two.
Doug, what's number two?
My number two is Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on my honorary list because
that's
I knew
not
one of you guys
allowed
had
to
it.
be number two. Jim said so.
It's only allowed to be number one or not on your list.
My number one was NHL 96.
96.
Oh.
That's not 95.
Actually, I think it was 94 was my favorite, but I had a Super Nintendo and I got rid of it because I didn't have those games on there and got a Genesis just so I could play that.
Great game. That whole franchise, it didn't matter.
Yeah, we had a Genesis just to play NHL 95 in college.
Yep.
But, which NHL game were they playing in Mallrats?
2012.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Sure.
It probably was 95 is what I'm guessing. 95 or 96. Yeah. The whale. Brian, what's your number one?
Number one, I'm going to go all the way back to 1952. The very beginning ages of video games, and I'm going to go with OXO.
That's old school. I don't even know what it is.
It's better known as Tic-Tac-Toe. But it was originally OXO.
Get the fuck out. You cannot have Tic-Tac-Toe on the same list as fucking Call of Duty. Get the fuck out.
He does.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to have a little diversity. My list is a little too new for everybody, so I was trying to bring in some old school, mix it up a little bit.
He was averaging out the dates.
1952, 2007, just trying to spread it out a little bit so, people just don't think I'm a, hipster, millennial video game player.
You know what? I never thought I would say this, but Blake, I'm happy to hear from you. Tell me your number one.
All right. I hope he's my number one. I got two number ones on here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So one is Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I wasted hours and hours of my young single adulthood life playing that.
Was it really wasting?
Well, technically, no. I enjoyed it. Lots of good times. I actually really enjoyed it with the Heroes of Might and Magic. But the other one that I really enjoyed, and I really thought this was really cool. This was, you guys ever remember Phantasmagoria?
Yep.
Nope.
The video game. Yeah,
Yep.
that was like 95. It was like a live action video footage video game. So you would do the video game, and there would be a live action action that would act out what's happening in the game. And at the time it was kind of racy because it had some violence and it had sexual content. But
it had sexual content, that's for sure.
Yep. And it was another Sierra Online.
It was no General Custer.
Another Sierra Online game. And the game was awesome. The only problem was waiting for the video stuff to load because
load up.
It was still like a Microsoft window, MS-DOS, and if they had just waited just a little while longer, maybe with the technology to catch up with what they wanted to do, it probably would have been awesome. But once you actually could get the video sequence to play, it was really good.
Jeff, what is your number one?
My number one is on the Atari 2600 by Activision, River Raid.
Oh, great game.
That's
Great game.
so. That's
Oh
back,
yeah, I remember River Raid. That was a fun game.
when
yeah.
you would get like
Yeah.
certain points or whatever. You could take a picture of your screen and mail away to get a badge. And I tried to do that, except we didn't realize that the flash on your camera would blank out the screen when you took a picture. So we had about 6 wasted Polaroids of flash on the screen.
I was gonna say you had to send it away to the Kodak booth to get developed first, and then come
we had
back
the
with the
Polaroid.
screen.
Mom was not happy when like none of these pictures were taken, and we're like wasting her film.
That was when you were a plane going in. You were in a river, and you just kept shooting
Yeah.
boats and other
Flying
planes.
to the river, shooting things,
Yeah.
not
Bridges. Yeah.
yeah.
It was a great game. Jim, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh, I thought you were going
Ooh.
for original Zelda.
No. There's only one game I ever had that I saw it that was in the store that I had to buy it, and then I had to buy the game system with it.
I can see that.
That's when the N64 first came out.
Yes. Well, I'm like, oh, Ocarina of Time's out. I need to get this. I don't know if Nick was with me or not, but
And then you're like, oh, we need to buy the system.
yeah. Oh, I need
Did
the
you even
system
know
too.
Nick then?
It was 99.
I thought
You know,
before then. Okay.
I believe you can buy an ocarina at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Ooh.
I believe they sell them down there.
I'm sure there's a booth somewhere that sells them.
It may be outside this year, but it will be there. My number 1, speaking of Nintendo 64, is GoldenEye. Many times, first-person shooter, James Bond GoldenEye. You would have 4 people in the room with you. You would have your friends, and we would spend many Friday nights playing that.
And you had the shake pack thing?
Oh, yeah, the Rumble Pack.
Rumble Pack, that was it.
On the Nintendo 64. Perfect Dark was another good first-person shooter, but GoldenEye was the best. And that was just a blast. Love that game. So, we had a lot. We're running a little late here. We got lots of people that chimed in.
I got honorable mentions.
Okay, run through your honorable mentions quick. Go.
We got global thermonuclear war.
Would you like to play a game?
The Oregon Trail.
Okay.
I'll have, let's see, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, the original Legend of Zelda.
You got Link's
Dragon's
Awakening
Lair?
on there?
What's that?
Dragon's Lair.
Oh, fuck that.
Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Legend of Zelda.
I just played Link's Awakening for the first time. That's the one I got for the Switch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then Mega Man series.
Ah. Doug, did you have a venture on there from the Atari 2600?
Yes, I did.
I knew it.
And Hogan's Alley.
Oh, Hogan's Alley. Yes.
Much better than Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. That fucking dog. Let's see here. From Big Dev, he had Tetris, Duck Hunt, Pac-Man, Contra, and Bubble Bobble. Honorable mentions, Street Fighter, Zelda, and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog. Brian is just done.
Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Number 5, he had Secret Island of Dr. Quandary. I have no idea what that is. Duck Hunt, Madden NFL 94, The Oregon Trail, and GoldenEye. Randall McDaniel, RJ Holt 666. Here we go. No particular order. Phantasy Star on the Sega Master System. Dragon Warrior on the Nintendo. Madden 95 on the Genesis. River Raid on the Atari 2600. There you go, Jeff. Oh, I forgot about this. Blades of Steel, the hockey game on the Nintendo.
That was good.
I almost had Dragon Warrior on my list, but I went with the Final Fantasy instead.
Spy Hunter, the arcade game, and Gauntlet, the 4-player arcade game. That's a good one.
I thought about Gauntlet until I played it at 16-bit last year when we were down there and realized, oh my God, this is nowhere near as good as I remember.
It did not age well. I did the
No, it
same
did
thing
not.
with X-Men, the X-Men arcade game where you could have a lot of them. Ugh.
That's what I thought about Rampage.
Doctor Number One had Bachelor Party. I don't know about that. X-Men. That's
X-Man.
That's a very man. Sorry. Beat 'em and Eat 'em. We talked about that a long time ago. Custer's Revenge. Talked about that a long time ago. These are the X-rated Atari games. And number one, Shaq Fu. Anything with Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Fu.
Let's see. Pam.
Graphic games and Shaq Fu.
Sister Pam had Frogger, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Silent Hill, and Pac-Man. Brian Auer had, going old school, pre-2000, Montezuma's Revenge on the Commodore 64. C. Bard's Tale 2, The Destiny Knight on the Commodore 64C, and DOS. Prince of Persia on DOS. TIE Fighter. Oh, I forgot about that. The TIE Fighter game.
Was a good game.
Yeah.
And on Windows 95, Mech Warrior 2. So there you go. Let's see here. And then finally, we had, where is it here? Sorry. We had on our Facebook page, we had people, Tony, who was on last week. Tony from Saudi Language had Super Mario 3. Number 4 was Mutant League Hockey. Pirates Gold. Mutant League Hockey. Wolfenstein. And number 1, River City Ransom on the Nintendo. Let's see. Joe Sutman had Spy Hunter. Pole Position. Dungeons and Dragons on the Atari.
I remember that.
Galaga and Elevator Action.
Elevator Action.
Chris over at 365 Flicks. Good day, mate.
This will be a bad list.
Hook on the Nintendo.
I was correct. This will be a bad list.
Duck Hunt. Wolfenstein 3D on the DOS. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time on the PlayStation. I forgot about that. That one was a fun game, too. And Super Mario 3 on the Nintendo. Nisi had Pitfall, Frogger. You know, Pitfall, Blake beat that game. Frogger, yeah. Donkey Kong, Ms. Pac-Man, and Baby Pac-Man with the pinball. Let's see here. Drew, he had, I agree with almost everything on this page, except for one more. I needed to add Pit Fighter. I remember about Pit Fighter. That was back in the day. Joe Keating had Burger Time, Tecmo Bowl, F-Zero. F-Zero I always thought was overrated. Burger Time's a fun one. NBA Jam and Super Mario Brothers. And finally, our favorite Pittsburgh guy, which isn't saying much, Sean Kuhn at Pittsburgh Nerd had Pitfall, the game Blake beat, Bard's Tale, Ms. Pac-Man, Shadowrun on Sega Genesis, and this is Doug's favorite, Yar's Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
Yar's Revenge.
Oh, yeah, Yar's Revenge.
Good.
I remember that.
You know what's amazing is...
Happy Gilmore had Mortal Kombat. Billy Madison had the best game ever was Mortal Kombat.
Doug, what were you going to say?
I was going to say is we've mentioned all these old 8-bit games and that, and we haven't even mentioned the movie Pixels with starring Kevin James. You know, that fits right in.
Yeah.
Doug, I was going to say thank you for coming on the show, but forget it now.
But then you mentioned Pixels.
We should probably watch Pixels now all together. Do like that Netflix group thing.
Oh yeah, and then record and we can put out a reaction video.
No.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Do it.
I'm fine. I'll do it. Why not?
Do it.
Bad idea of the week. Bad idea of the week. Number 689. Reopening Canada's borders. Sure, we'll do that. Let's see.
They need to, so I can go to Oak Island now that Gen Con's canceled.
It's a bad idea for Canada to do so.
Yes. Titles for the show. What do you got, Jeff? Got anything?
I have cannibalistic gerbils, plenty of vegetables. The mailman is wet. I saw a fact on the internet. You should have seen my dragon. I elfed that dragon, and Blake beat Pitfall.
I have one fact on the internet. Gerbil fighting, because I'm interested in that with the cockfighting, but with gerbils, I like that. Book of stamps. Screwing up for the fun of it. I think that was it. Jim, anything?
Yeah, I had if the mailman is wet, hoarding forever stamps, hands as big as your face. I want to tell you, but I can't. You could probably get Fun Dip and Uncle Intern.
Brian, anything?
I had the Vagahog. If the mailman is wet, my gerbil is a cannibal. Uncle Intern. Corn, frozen corn is better. Let's see. Hang on. I got frozen corn is cheaper than an ice pack. And D&D 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I think everybody had if the mailman is wet. I think everyone has that. We'll go with that. If the mailman is wet.
You don't want to put Vega Hog on there?
Vega Hog.
No.
Vega Hog 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Well, Doug, thanks for showing up.
Hey, no problem.
Anytime you want to show up, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
not
you say that
literally,
now.
but
You say that
Skype.
publicly, but privately, I'm told no, don't show up.
Doug, by that, it means show up in person at the studio.
Oh, okay.
Jason can say that I'm not invited or I won't go away, but every week on Tuesday at 8:00, my Skype rings. So you tell me.
The bell tolls for you, Brian. Roger says goodbye and thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Right.